You're on.
25 Army officers met in a hotel in San Diego in 1922. At that time, they made the momentous decision to insure each other's vehicles because they were having difficulty finding public insurance. It would have been impossible for them to envision that that momentous decision would one day end up as a world-class company called USAA. From one product and 25 people to over 160 products and 13 million members, USAA has grown substantially. And a great deal of this phenomenal growth has to do with being a cutting-edge, innovative company. To show some of the cutting-edge things that USAA did, in the 1940s, they had female managers, and they began their first automated processes. In 1957, they were one of the first companies to process with the IBM punch card system. In the 1960s, USAA Insurance was the first company to create a disaster response team. And today, almost all banks have copied the patent that USAA holds on mobile check deposits by taking a photograph of your check with your phone. New insurance companies are now beginning to use the same drone technology that USAA has been using for a number of years to help more quickly get information about disasters back to our members or to settle claims. I remember 10 and a half years ago when I was a new employee, during my orientation, being invited by a team of consultants from the labs department, which is the employee innovation tool, to use our fresh eyes and offer our own innovations. I was amazed that they would call on new employees to do something that cutting edge. I've been very successful in having a number of my own personal ideas implemented, but in 2017, I was invited to become a labs advocate. What that meant is that I would be responsible for reviewing a larger number, into the hundreds, of labs ideas from other employees and helping them to get promoted and get advanced through the system and hopefully into implementation. In 2019, I was invited to be one of the subject matter experts for our business advisory team. I'm able to help influence the compliance and process changes that are being implemented in USAA every day. My career makes me uniquely qualified to oversee a proposed new team here at USAA. When I started at USAA, I was working in banking, accounts, and consumer loans. I then advanced to become a licensed insurance professional where I could introduce new members to both banking and insurance. I later became a facilitator and trained new employees how to maintain the world-class service that USAA is known for, and why companies like Consumer Reports and J.D. Powers have named us the #1 insurance company in America. Combine my USAA experience with my former career in mortgage banking and compliance, I'm uniquely eligible to lead a new team that I'm proposing called a Labs Advisory Board. Currently, there's about 10,000 labs ideas submitted every year. And there's hundreds of solutions being operated on by our business advisory team. The biggest problem we have is time. Right now, the labs advocates are expected to review labs ideas over and above their regular workflow. There's no additional time allotted for that. As a result, a lot of great ideas just fall by the wayside. There's not enough people behind them to push them forward for implementation. The proposed Labs Review Board would have several responsibilities. First, it would be a team of experts from the bank, insurance, claims, and compliance. They would review all of the current and future labs ideas and categorize them by business type, business need, or category. They would also collaborate with the business advisors and document what processes are in process by the advisory team, and then with their itemized and categorized labs list, they would be able to provide those existing labs ideas to the business advisors and help them come up with solutions that are already out there waiting to be implemented, rather than for the business advisors to have to find the solutions on their own. The cost of this program would be minimal. My current vision is that I would have about 8 to 10 different advisors, and they could be from all across the country. In order to encourage diversity of thought, we would be able to be on any of the campuses, even work from home, and communicate by email and Skype. The Labs Review Board would be responsible for identifying, sorting, and prioritizing the labs ideas. They would collaborate with the business advice team to make sure that they're always current on what's being processed within the business advisory team. They would forward the labs ideas to the business advisors to match up the labs idea with the actual advisor that's working on the process. They would also take over notification of the employee rewards program. When the employees start seeing that their ideas are being implemented and accepted and being rewarded, it's going to increase the volume of submissions simply because people will be excited to be engaged again. That means we're going to have an even higher volume of labs ideas that need to have the opportunity to be reviewed. The Labs Review Board will be instrumental to the ongoing innovative process at USAA. Due to our growth and the current process not allowing for promotion or even review of the volume of ideas that we have right now, I look forward to heading up this innovative new team and contributing to the efficiency of both the labs program and the business advice program. Thank you for your consideration.